is going on, Knicks fans? Vigo Sports Talk back with another video. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the New York's win versus the 76ers. The Knicks beat the 76ers 112-109 in a game that came down to the final seconds. The New York Knicks were able to hold on and get this victory. At one point, we had a 70-point lead late in the fourth. They were starting to come back. And in the final 40 seconds, I would say, they were making the game very close with some horrendous calls, horrendous free throw shooting, but with OG at the very last second, stole the ball from Joel Embiid and won us a game. This was this game. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing from Mike Brown because the whole month of January, like I said, the last 3 weeks, it hasn't looked good for him, and he's acknowledged it. He knows what's wrong. The defense was just horrendous, but these last few games, the defense has been way better, and you can see why. So as of right now, they took Jordan Clarkson out of rotation, the former sixth-man of the year. Listen, I love Jordan Clarkson. He's one of the best bench players in NBA history, but he was just not playing defense out there. So they had to make a change to help improve the defense, and it's been working. So now they kept the starting five, and they kept the same. But for today's game, Cat played like 16 or 17 minutes, but he fouled out. So this was not a good game from Cat. Same for Bridges, but he played some good defense, so he gets a pass. So it was mainly Mitchell Robinson starting the whole game, and he shut down Joel Embiid. When Cat was on the floor, Embiid had almost 30 points in the first half, and he was just cooking our defense. We just couldn't stop him until Mitchell Robinson came in and locked him down. This has been a battle with the New York Knicks since that playoff series a few years ago. We all know what happened in that playoff series versus the 76ers when Joel Embiid, quote-unquote, didn't mean to injure Mitchell Robinson. He still remembers it, and it's always a good matchup between them two. And it was some great shooting from this game. Jalen Brunson led the team in points. In today's game, Jalen Brunson, he scored with 31 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 0 steals, and 0 blocks. He also, OG Anunoby, I got to shout out him because I feel like I know OG's a good two-way player. Because I believe OG's one of the best two-way players in the game. But what Carmelo Anthony said on his podcast, he said, I don't think he believes he's the best two-way player. What he means by that is to be the best two-way player, you got to go out there and play with confidence. And it doesn't look like that for OG Anunoby. But whenever he attacks the rim and he's hitting his corner threes, he's dangerous. In today's game, he scored 23 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 0 blocks. He was probably the best defensive player of the game, him and Mitchell Robinson. And fun fact, in the final minutes of the game, sorry about that, the final 5 to 6 minutes, when they're starting to come back, this has been a thing that every team is doing. When Mitchell Robinson is on the floor and the team starting to come back, what they used to do with Shaq, that hack a Shaq, they do it to Mitchell Robinson. Mike Brown knew what they were doing because at this point, it's the new method for every team when they're playing the Knicks. So he put OG at the 5. That's right, OG Anunoby. He's a small forward. He could play power forward. He could honestly play, not a guard, but maybe a shooting guard. He could play almost every position on the court. So it was very, very smart for Mike Brown to put him in. And it was Landry Shamet, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Jalen Brunson. Even though they took out Mitchell Robinson because of the free throws, we were not good at shooting free throws at all. We hit 15 out of 27 attempts, which is horrendous. It reminded me of the Mavs game a few months ago. And the game should have been that close. We had the win when we were up by 17 points. All we had to do was keep the lead, keep on scoring, and we win the game. But it came down to the final 40 seconds, like I had mentioned not so long ago. Here's a picture of Tyrese Maxey. He gets the 3. So Jalen Brunson gets the ball. They're trying to take the ball, or he's trying to foul. I don't know. You could clearly see Edgecombe's foot is clearly out of bounds. They missed the call. They call it a jump ball. Then they call it a violation, and they get free throws. That really impacted the game. We ended up scoring though. We got some free throws. We hit one out of 2 free throws. We got the ball again. So they had the chance to tie the game. They gave the ball to Tyrese Maxey, their best 3-point shooter, one of the best players in his league right now. He's currently 3rd in the league in points per game. So it made sense to give the ball to Maxey. At first, what the Knicks were going to do, because they're trying to take time off the clock, they were going to intentionally foul him on the floor, not a shooting foul. It didn't work. The refs didn't see it, so they just left him alone. So instead of Tyrese Maxey tying the game, he tries to draw a foul on Shamet and completely misses the rim, airballs it. He had a very high chance to tie the game. He's the best 3-point shooter in the league, one of them in my opinion. And that's the problem with like these young players these days. They're too focused on drawing fouls instead of tying the game up. We end up getting the ball. OG misses the layup. They challenge it to see if it's a foul. They get the ball again. We get the ball, and they foul Brunson, and he misses both his free throws. I was in disbelief. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because the clutch player of the year, even if he had one free throw, the game's over. But he missed both. It was horrible. They get the ball back. Joel Embiid, he has the ball. I don't know who he's passing to. It was either to VJ or Maxey. And Brunson barely touches him. And then Embiid passes the ball to OG, and we win the game. The second OG did that, the second Embiid did that, he complained to the refs. And I'm sitting there like, where is the foul? Where is the foul? Like, I'm genuinely confused. Like, every time, think about Embiid, he's a flopper. He's always looking to the refs, complaining. I don't see where the foul is. You're the star, you're the franchise player, quote unquote. So you shouldn't be going out there blaming the refs every single time. It's not who you are. You just got to own up to it. It was a dumb mistake. You had the chance to tie the game again, twice, and you sold. The Knicks deserve this win. We needed this win badly because of how close the Eastern Conference is right now. The Celtics just lost. We're starting to get back to the winning streak. We just got to win all these upcoming games. We play the Kings, then the Raptors. I don't know who we play after that. But with how our defense is playing right now, we have a very huge chance of winning games. In the third quarter, I forgot to mention, we held the Sixers to 13 points. If it wasn't for that, the game would be way different. With McBride and Shamet, those two are great defenders. Yabusele, he only played 4 minutes, but he had a pretty good game when he was playing defense. We're going to make a trade pretty soon. I'm very confident we're going to make a trade. It could be Jose Alvarado, a great defender. He's a point guard. When you take Brunson off the floor, you could trust him to guard every team's best point guard. Or Keon Ellis, who used to play for Mike Brown back with the Kings. He's a great two-way player, and Mike Brown probably wants to get him because he knows that type of player he is. He's a great defender, and we need a point guard. When Brunson's off the floor, he could defend, and you can have all the trust in him. I love Tyler Kolek. He's still developing. He's got to get better a little defensively. He is getting better, but I don't know if he's ready yet. But he's still a great player, for sure. But that's my opinion. Anything to make the defense better. I don't know where we are right now in defensive rating. We're starting to get back to maybe top 15. But if we keep continuing, we could be potentially top 10. So for the Knicks, you heard me. All you got to do is learn how to play defense. I'm loving this rotation. Jordan Clarkson, I love him. But until he gets better defensively, then he's back in rotation. He could score. When he's hot, he's hot. It's just when he's not scoring and he's not playing defense, there's no point in putting him out there because he's basically doing nothing. But I'm confident he's going to get playing time pretty soon. During the playoffs, we're going to need a good scorer coming off the bench. I love Shamet. He could score. McBride could score. He could drop 15 points. Mitchell Robinson, the best offensive rebounder in the game. And whoever is the ninth player come off the bench. It could be Yabusele, if he's still on the team. Muhammad Diawara, Ariel Horporti, Clarkson, Kolek. It could be anybody. Basically, that ninth man on the bench is up for grabs. Whoever we get at the trade deadline. That's all I got to say for today's episode. This is Vigo Sports Talk, host of Vigo Talks Knicks, and I'll see you next episode, Knicks fans. Peace.